Last night, we had just an insane influx of people coming at a very rapid amount of time.
A frightening night at the Oceanfront. 3 shootings, 3 stabbings, and 3 robberies, all within the span of 4 hours.
That makes me, hey, maybe I don't want to come here next year.
Now businesses worry this wild scene will put a dent in their earnings.
Here's the situation. If I was a tourist, I wouldn't want to come back either.
And the city reacts to the outbreak of violence. Find out what Mayor Will Sessoms says needs to happen next.
From your local news leader, this is 13 News at 11.
The big story tonight, an outbreak of violence at the Oceanfront. Beach police responded to a long list of crimes overnight. They all happened between 11:30 and 3 this morning and included 3 shootings, 3 stabbings, and 3 robberies. Police were working scenes along Atlantic Avenue, 17th and 33rd Streets all night long. At one point, they had to block off traffic on Interstate 264 eastbound at Parks Avenue. Virginia Beach Mayor Will Sessoms tells 13 News there were roughly 30 to 40,000 people visiting the Oceanfront this weekend for College Beach Week. 13 News reporter Eric Kane spoke with some people who were caught up in the mess late last night. And Eric, they say it was a scary scene.
Indeed, they said it was. Karen, I spoke to a couple of tourists who say this past weekend didn't leave them with the most flattering impression of the Oceanfront. And I also spoke to a business owner who says the police did everything they could, but they were simply outnumbered.
Right around 6, 7 o'clock, as the sun goes down, the crowd really started turning and becoming very unruly, and I just got overwhelmed.
Billy Baldwin owns 3 clubs on Atlantic Avenue, located right in the middle of Saturday night's violent outbreak. Baldwin says a mob of people broke 2 windows of his bars, and at that point he shut his doors.
We just closed the doors. People stayed inside. We were a safe haven. We were an island of people walking by and going, not knowing what to do, scared. We saw girls coming through. We're pulling them in. Wait here. We'll get you home safe. Just wait it out.
The city's mayor, Will Sessoms, estimates there were between 30 to 40,000 people filling the streets along the Oceanfront. And he says there was a team of 75 police officers on duty.
I think it's been reported that we didn't have a presence at all. Well, that's totally wrong. We had a large number of police officers down there. The police chief was down there, and the city manager was down there last night.
And yet some tourists who were caught up in the violence expressed their hesitation of coming back.
I like it, but I don't like it when I see that. That makes me, hey, maybe I don't want to come here next year. Stuff going on like that, you never know what could happen.
Here's the situation. If I was a tourist, I wouldn't want to come back either. But I also have had the same experience when I traveled to Cancun some time ago. I ended up there at spring break with my family. Well, that wasn't the right time for me to be there.
Now, despite the numerous injuries reported, police say there were no life-threatening injuries. The mayor says he's spoken to police throughout the weekend, and authorities are following up on several leads, but at this point, there haven't been any reports of any arrests. Reporting live in the newsroom tonight, Eric Kane, 13 News.
Okay, thanks, Eric. And as we mentioned, this was all going on the same time as the College Beach Party weekend. And we spoke with a promoter of the event, and he told us there were not enough police for such a large crowd.
Not at all, not at all. The people to the police ratio was nowhere near. I definitely do not think that there are enough police. If we can actually work with the city next time so they know exactly the events, exactly what's going to happen, I think they could be more prepared.
And as you heard earlier, Virginia Beach Mayor Will Sessoms disagrees. He says there were enough police, but he's meeting with the police chief tomorrow to go over exactly what happened last night. Once the first shots were fired at the Oceanfront, our Facebook page was filled with comments and tips from you, the viewers. Debbie Jo Morris posted this picture saying she got stuck in the craziness after going out for ice cream. And TJ Jax Jefferson snapped this photo of a large group of people on Atlantic Avenue and 26th Street. And lots of you are commenting on how and why things got out of control. Tracy Boswell wrote, "How can this be the city's fault? The majority of the people that were there do not live here." Raymond Rice says, "Not sure I would call Virginia Beach family friendly anymore." A lot of you might remember a similar night back in 1989, the Greek Fest riots.
Back up, don't get in the way, cameraman. Back.
There were scores of arrests, there was looting, private security guards shot 2 people, about 20 cops were injured. It all happened on Labor Day weekend in 1989. These images hurt Virginia Beach's family-friendly reputation. In fact, the city lost $6 million in tourism the first 9 months after the riots. We have a list detailing all the crime last night at the Oceanfront. You'll see a timeline story on our website. Just head to WVC.com. We'll also be sure to post any updates on this developing story, including news of suspects or arrests when it becomes available.